Right, so you've done it. You've signed on for SAP S/4HANA Cloud Private Edition. That is a huge, exciting step. But what happens now? Like, really happens? Well, in this explainer, we're going to walk you through your onboarding playbook. We're talking about those absolutely critical first steps that start the second the ink is dry on that contract.
So you've made the big decision, the contract signed. You walk into the office Monday morning, coffee in hand, and think, okay, now what? That's the million-dollar question, right? Who's supposed to get that first email? What's the very first thing your team needs to do? Don't sweat it. We are about to lay it all out for you, step by step.
You gotta understand, the second that contract is finalized, boom, the starting gun fires. Your onboarding journey kicks off right then and there. And it all begins with a very specific series of emails. So let's break down exactly what you should be looking for in your inbox. Okay, the timing of these initial emails is super important. Right after you sign, you'll get a purchase order confirmation. That's pretty standard stuff. But the big one, the one you're really waiting for, is that welcome email. That one shows up on your official contract start date. And from that point forward, you'll start seeing a trickle of notifications as your different systems begin provisioning behind the scenes. Now, this is absolutely crucial, knowing who gets what email. The person who actually signed the contract, probably your CIO or CTO, they get the purchase order and that big welcome email. But all the nitty-gritty technical stuff, the system provisioning emails, nope, those go to a totally different person, your IT contact. And listen, here's a classic trip up. If you forget to name that IT contact when you sign, your system admin is going to be completely in the dark, missing critical info right from the get-go. And this is why we're making such a big deal about that welcome email. It's a one-shot deal. It only gets sent once. It cannot be resent. Now, don't panic if it gets lost in the shuffle. All the information in it is available in the Customer Onboarding Resource Center, but you really want to make sure the right person sees it the first time around. This leads us perfectly to what is probably the single most important role in this whole initial setup. We absolutely have to talk about your IT contact. So who is this mysterious IT contact? Well, it's pretty simple. This is your designated system administrator. This is the one person, the single point of contact, who's going to get all those critical system provisioning emails and all the other technical comms from SAP. Trust me, getting this person assigned correctly from day one is just essential for a smooth start. Okay, but what happens if the ink is already dry and you realize, oh no, we put the wrong person down? Maybe the person who signed the contract was just put in as the default, but they're not the one who's actually going to be managing the systems. Hey, it happens all the time. And the good news is, there's a really straightforward way to fix it. Here's the play-by-play on how to get it sorted. The current contact just needs to log in to the SAP For Me portal. From there, you navigate over to the Services and Support dashboard, and you're going to create a new support case. It's a pretty simple process, and this is a big but, to get it done right the first time, the information you put in that ticket has to be spot on. And when I say spot on, I mean it. To make sure this thing gets handled fast, you need to use this exact information. We're talking copy and paste. Pay super close attention to the subject line, the description, making sure you get the new person's name and email in there, and especially that component code. You use these exact details and your request will get routed to the right team immediately. No delays, no back and forth emails, done. All right, so you've got the right IT contact in place. Now it's time for action. Your team has its very first hands-on task, and that is to provision a super important tool for managing your whole implementation. It's called SAP Cloud ALM. Yep, this first job lands right on the shoulders of your IT contact. They need to log into SAP For Me, head over to the Systems and Provisioning dashboard, and then they have to manually trigger the provisioning for SAP Cloud ALM. Oh, and here's a key detail. If you're a totally new SAP customer, this step also kicks off the creation of your identity service. Okay, so at this point, you're going to start getting a whole bunch of emails as these different systems start to come online. It can feel like a lot of noise, but I need you to listen carefully. Amidst all of that, there is one thing, one single action that you have to prioritize above everything else. And this is it. I don't care what order the emails arrive in your inbox. The very first thing you must do is find the email for the SAP Cloud Identity Authentication Service. You'll see it called IAS, and you have to activate it. Why? Simple. It's the key to everything else. It's the gateway. Until that IAS is active, you can't create users. You can't grant access. You can't do anything with your other new tools, not even Cloud ALM. Okay, so you've triggered Cloud ALM, you've activated your identity service. You're probably thinking, right, what's next on my to-do list? Well, I've got some good news for you. SAP actually handles the provisioning for a bunch of other key systems for you automatically, in the background. So here's what you can take off your worry list. You don't have to do anything for SAP Signavio Process Manager, the Signavio Process Collaboration Hub, or the Business Technology Platform. These are all provisioned for you automatically. There's no button for your IT contact to go hunting for. It just happens. Now, there is one final, really important distinction we need to make. What happens with your main S/4HANA system? Well, it completely depends on what kind of project you're doing. If you're doing a brand new greenfield implementation, your core S/4HANA systems will get provisioned later in the project. But, and this is key, if you're doing a system conversion, converting an old ECC system, then no new systems are provisioned. The whole project is about converting your existing system. So let's recap. The first wave of emails has gone out, you've got the right IT contact in place, and your first, most important systems are starting to spin up. You have successfully navigated those critical first steps. The foundation is being laid as we speak. So really, the only question left is your team ready to build? Hey there!